Good coming off a week. Had a really good week of practice, 4 days last week. Had to nurse a lot of guys back to health. Kind of bit a little bit with the injury bug. I won't get into everybody yet until I see who the trainer clears or whatever. But there'll be several guys. Nick Dance and Kyle Carrick are two that will for sure be out. Kyle with thumb surgery and Nick with the broke kneecap. So it's got to be kind of next man up mentality. Then you move into the opponent this week. I mean, obviously, in my 10 years is by far the most talented OBC team that we've ever faced. I mean, they're outstanding, well coached, and great players. Obviously, you see what they've done in the last 3 games. They've done a great job not only with high school players that they developed. They've I think I saw it was like 13 transfers, which we all have transfers, but I think they've got more of the Power 5 conference transfers, and they're outstanding players and doing a great job. So tough challenge ahead of us. Our philosophy would be the last time we can't be concerned about them. We just got to be concerned about ourselves and go and play. Go ahead.
Since maybe we saw last defensive game, how's this team and your team gotten better, do you think?
There was a lot of stuff that just needed to be cleaned up. Really, and you and I both know, where are we? We know how good Ole Miss is, okay? And then you drop down and played the NAIA school, and so you did what you expected to do. So now where are we? We're going to conference, and it still might be another week or two before we know exactly, because obviously playing a great team this week, but. There's just a lot of things that need to be cleaned up. Those freshman linebackers needed to play a lot this week in practice. James Gillian and Garrett Wall and Prather. You look in there. Besides Counts, who's a first-year starter, and there's a lot of first-year players playing linebacker right now. So they needed all the reps this week in practice, last week in practice, to simulate game type speed. Yeah, there was no. You don't scrap what you're doing offensive defense. You try to get better at it. But we did a lot of the crossover, a lot of individual drills. We did a lot of linebackers versus running backs or tight ends. We did a lot of wide receiver versus DBs. Just things you would do in spring practice, and we needed that as well as good on good. Ones versus ones, and so UT Martin versus UT Martin in a controlled environment to where guys had to play really fast, so it wasn't just scout teamwork during the week.
Did the bye week come at the right time?
Yeah, for these next 4 weeks, yeah. Now when we get after these 4, right, then you say, boy, I wish we had a bye week. But, if you told me Nick Dance is going to be out, yeah, we needed it. Yeah, we needed it. And so we had to move some things around in receivers, too, as well. Taylor Higginson actually, got an ACL. Now, I don't know if it's pre-existing or what, but, he actually can run around with it right now. So we'll see what that does with him. Maybe it's something he had even before he got here. I'm not sure, but, MRI says it's ACL. So, but yet when he walks in here, you'd say, I thought Coach said you had an ACL. So we'll see what he can do. I don't know. He didn't practice at all last week.
Do you know who will start at linebacker?
Yeah, James Gillian. James Gillian and then James Cotton got a lot of work there as well at that Mike position.
How much pressure do you think that's going to put on those guys?
Oh, tremendous. Yeah, I tell you, Nick's a good player. We hope we can try to get a 6-year back, for Nick. But it helps you in the years to come, right? Because these freshmen are getting all these reps at the linebacker position. But we got a 8-game OVC schedule ahead of us. They got to make their plays right now. And so, it's kind of what we had to do with Tony Bell early in his career. You just got to play through some things, and they're certainly athletic enough, and they'll make some mistakes. So everybody else got to pick it up to be able to help them out.
So just unclear, Dance and Carrick both out for the year.
Dance out for the year. Carrick maybe 5 or 6 weeks where we get him back.
How's the freshman taking this one?
All of them are just the linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Prather doesn't say a whole lot, and he's been starting since the first day he got on campus. But it's they're in class, and all of a sudden you're starting on Saturday, so it's a different. The rest of those freshmen get to redshirt and sit up in the stands on game day. So he's having to speed things up. Prather, Julian Thompson Clay. Garrett Wall, these are, whether they're red shirts or not, they're still their first year to play OVC football. So Coach Hankins got his work to do in that linebacker room, because it's just different when you're a first year player. And it's been a long time since we've had this many first year players, play on defense. It has been. It's been a long time, but that's just kind of the hand we're dealt right now.
You said that Jacksonville State could be the best OVC team you've ever
No,
faced.
hands down, talented
What
wise.
makes them so talented this year compared to the past years and some of those other teams?
Well, you start with that defensive line, and you see, it's just, Auburn, Alabama, and then some quality high school kids that can really play as well that they've developed. So, they probably play 8 to 10 deep on that defensive line. So very impressive, their size and their athletic ability. Linebackers can play, secondary can play. There's 9 senior starters on defense. Okay, I think 12 in the 2 deep. So very experienced. Outstanding defense. Then you go to the offense side of the ball, the OVC quarterback, all OVC quarterback, player of the year in the running back. Then the 2 wideouts that are as good as anybody in the country, and an offensive line that's really good as well. So, you kind of pick your poison. You want to stop the run, you want to stop the pass. You play too much man coverage, the quarterback takes off and runs because, he's so athletic. You pressure in those wideouts as they did against Auburn, go up and make some plays. So that's, I don't think I'm saying anything not any other OVC coach would say either when they see him on tape.
The stats from the TSU game in Jacksonville State really didn't let them run the ball at all.
Right.
What do you see as kind of the specific challenge for your offense as far as sort of making things happen this week?
Last year, same deal. If you look at our stats last year against them, we just couldn't get anything going on first down. Nothing. We punted 11 times last year in the game. Turned the ball over multiple times. Same recipe that happened to TSU this week. It would be, you're not going to go in and run the ball against them, and just say, we're going to put the ball down and run against you. And then again, you get in too many, you drop back too many times. Good luck with you on that as well. Because they can obviously, rush the passer. So, you try to be as balanced as you can. You got to find a way to flip the field, get in the red zone, and get it to a 1-possession game in the fourth quarter. That's what you try to do.
How confident are you in your offense's just basic execution that they can sort of give themselves some chances?
That's what you hope for. I'm not, confidence is not the word. I like our team still. I know we'll fight our tail off. We've got to win some individual battles and some backs. We couldn't get the back to the unblocked hitter last year, to those unblocked safeties. Okay, we've got to try to do that this year. We've got to play throw and catch. When the opportunity, not just shots, but we got to play some throw and catch and be able to move the chains with some balls that come out pretty fast. And then when you get a chance to max protect and you take your shot, you're going to have to make one of those plays. You can't go incomplete like we did last year on some big balls down the field. So, I don't think there's any, everybody's going to have the same recipe, because you're not going to say you're going to knock them off the ball. You're not going to say you're going to throw it 70 times, because that's not a good recipe either. It's going to have to be a team. You have to be winning special teams. You're going to have to get some turnovers. You're going to have to, get some muddy runs and get to some third downs and convert on some third and mediums and stay out of those third and longs against them. They're very, very talented.
The fact that this game is at home, does that play any role into it at all?
Yeah, I'd much rather, you got to play them. I'd much rather play them at home. And so, our crowd, we'll get to see, quality, team. This team went, was it third round in the playoffs last year, or was it second round? Was it third the year before? Third the year before, then second round last year, after a bye against a talented Sam Houston State team. So, we're looking for any advantage we can get, and be at home we'd much rather be there than making that long trip to Alabama.
As far as your defense goes, Jenkins, just mobility, is that the biggest challenge?
Yeah.
As far as
Yeah, and the running back. You can never put too many in the box against them, because the quarterback can, they can block, 6, and now they can block 7. When the quarterback runs it and the tailback blocks for him, so it's hard to outnumber him, because he's just a quality player.
How's your offensive line?
Getting better. No, that's seen some improvement from the last month, and those guys have been pretty consistent after 2 games, even though the quality opponent that they blocked that first game. But I'm excited and hopeful for them.
Now they got another quality opponent to try to knock out.
Yeah.
You said one of the top.
It's a great measuring stick, yeah. I would say that's one of the top, FCS defenses in the country, and you probably could throw them in a bunch of FBS conferences, and they'd match up as well too. Now, I mean, that's come turn the tape on.
Jacksonville State's had good teams, in the past, but what have you seen? What can you see from just what the coach has done there in just his second year? What do you think he's done to make them that good?
It's they're, obviously it doesn't matter what good of players you have, right? They got. Somebody's organizing them, somebody's coaching fundamentals, and I think on both sides of the ball, you see that. You don't see any weaknesses of how they line up. They seem to be, disciplined, and this is probably a three-year team in the process. From when Bill Clark was there the first year, and then John's taken over and done a great job with it the last 2 years. So, I'm sure they're looking to reap a lot of those rewards from, most of these kids being seniors. I think so. If it's 9 seniors on defense and then they're returning 9 starters or on offense, very, very talented team.
Thanks, Coach.
Anything else? Appreciate you guys. Yeah, appreciate you. Yeah, they.